Hi, friends. I was asked by a couple of you to make a video on how I keep my bags looking so good. And what I do is I avoid shoe polish, any type of polishes and oils at all cost. And you could call Coach, they'll tell you the same. Uh, I've been seeing videos of people saying you can use cooking oil, Vaseline, what else was it? Virgin oil, just crazy crap. Shoe polish. You don't want to use any of that, dear friends. This leather here, this vintage Coach leather, is not treated. It's not coated. It's not like some of the other leathers you have today. You could probably use that crap on cheaper leather or different types of leather, but you cannot on this type of leather. Now, have you ever seen a Coach bag that on the corners, like around here, where there's a hole, like a rip through the leather, where it's worn down to the piping or through the leather? People will say, oh, that's from wear. No, friends, it's not from wear. If that's the case, then many bags, Coach bags, 30 and 40 years old would be like that. None of my bags are like that, and I have over 200. They're not all here on this table because they won't fit. These are just my favorite bags right here. What happens is shoe polish. When you go around the edges with shoe polish, it will rot your bag. It can dry rot. It will eat a hole through your bag in time. Now, if you want to do a touch up, just use leather dye. And there's a brand called Kiwi. They do have a leather dye that's in a bottle just like shoe polish. And it says right on the bottle, leather dye. And they usually keep that where they have shoe polish. There's a big difference. There's no oils and waxes in that leather dye. Apple products is good. That's what I use. Apple products, and it's called Apple Care and Coach brand. Those are the only two I use because they don't have waxes and oils. So yeah, and to keep your bags looking pristine, you want to avoid any of that crap. And what I do is I have dyed the bag before, the whole bag, which some of you saw some of the videos. But what I do when I just want to touch up going around corners, I'll get that leather dye in a bottle and go, it already has the sponge on the tip and everything. I'll use that instead of shoe polish. And how I store my bags, I take you see how that's rolled up? If the strap's non-detachable, but it's belted, I'll take the belt part off. I'll disconnect it, and then I'll roll up each end, and I'll stuff it in the bag. I always use silica gel packs. Now, if you live in Florida or somewhere where there's high humidity, you don't want to stuff your bags with bubble wrap or anything like that. You'll want to use like a t-shirt, some type of cloth because it won't draw moisture. And always use silica gel packs. And for the bags like this that the straps come off, I'll take it off, roll it up, and stuff it inside the bag. But that's my tips. Some of these bags, like my bucket bag, some of these bags you'll see they do have the straps on them because these were the bags that I was recently carrying. And I just set them up on the shelf and didn't get around to doing it. But I usually always take off the straps, wipe the bags down before and after each use. And I keep them in great condition, as you can see. And when you get a bag from me, you can count on it. Never have wax and oils, shoe polish, and none of that crap on it. And my bags, to me, look brand new. I mean, look at this. This looks like it was brand speckin' new. I just take care of my bags. And, yeah. And like stuff like this, I don't keep those on the bags either. I take those off. They have dust bags of their own, and I just store those, in dust bags. But yeah, there you go. That's all I do. I wipe down the bags and store them away properly. And I never use shoe polish, never use waxes and oils. I just read a blog post. I did a Google search on cleaning vintage Coach bags, and I wanted to see what others do. Now, this woman claims to have authority on Coach bags, vintage Coach bags, and she has over 200 in her collection. And she saw one of her bags, like my briefcase. Some of you saw my briefcase. It's one of the earliest Coach products. But anyway, she had one of those, and she said it just deteriorated right in front of her own eyes. And she was wondering why, and I got to reading a few more of her vlogs. Come to find out, she smothers her bags with virgin olive oil. And I was thinking to myself, we're, duh, there you go, that's your problem. It will dry rot your bags. Dear friends, if you want to keep your bags like new, you don't want, and besides, this type of leather is supposed to have a sheen. See that sheen? Not a heavy, high gloss, waxy gloss look. And another thing, when I dunk my bags and wash them, and restore them, I don't stuff them while they're wet and wait 2 or 3 days. No, that will make your leather stiff, and it will coat it with like a film, like a mildewy film. I learned that the hard way. Now what I do is, after dunking a bag, I'll pat it dry as much as I can, and then I'll use a blow dryer, a hair blow dryer on warm setting, and I'll blow dry the bag until it's dry. But when it's 95%, I'll take the Apple Care leather conditioner or Coach, whichever I have on hand, and I'll put some on my hand, on my fingers, and then I'll go over the whole bag, not with a cloth, but with my fingers, because the heat from your fingers will melt the leather conditioner into the leather. It'll get it down into the fibers. And then I'll go over it the rest of the way with the blow dryer. And then once it's 100% dry, then I take a white cotton, like a t-shirt, and go over the whole bag. Wipe it all down with a white cotton t-shirt. And that's it. That's all I do. And like I said, if I need to touch up, some wear around the edges, then I'll use the leather dye and go around the edges. But I don't never use shoe polish, and I don't never use Vaseline, cooking oil, none of that. No waxes, no oils. Well, there you have it, friends. Stay safe and have a great day. Bye.